Hello everybody, welcome to this hybrid model. In person you all are here, many have joined online. So it's a pleasure that Uday Kiran is here. He finished BTech in Chemical Engineering in 2017 and he's been working as a full stack engineer in Bangalore. And very soon he will go for MS in New York University, Buffalo, sunny Buffalo. And while he was here, he also was web manager in Cyprus. And we are thankful to Pranav for putting us in Uday Kiran. And this is supposed to be an informal session. Let me quickly introduce Uday once again. It's a pleasure that Uday Kiran is here with us. We think we can in chemical engineering in 2030, and he has been an instant engineer in Bangalore. And I don't know what's that instant engineer is. He will very soon join for MS in sunny Buffalo at New York.
Yeah, at Buffalo.
At
Buffalo is in New York State.
New York State. Thank you, Pranav, for putting us in touch with Uday Kiran. And we will have the first part more from his side. And very soon we will have interaction. Don't mind about the session. Is that okay with all of you? Yeah, because will be benefited for many more people also. Many people requested that we will like that the session is recorded. So there's some other event is also happening in the afternoon today. Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Kind introduction. Am I audible? Too loud? Too low? It's okay. Okay. So, as Professor Madhu said, my name is Uday Kiran. Joined BTech Chemical Engineering 2013 and finished in 70. Okay, it's 4 years. But so today I'm here to talk something about placements as how I went through and give you some tips. So should we start directly with the placements? So yes, I think that's it. Is it chalky? Okay, I hope you're all able to see this board, right? So we divide this session into not divide this session. Few main topics that we'll be covering. What are important regarding placements? Okay, so we'll go through the important parts of what goes through during placements, and I try to tell some do's, don'ts. What can you do to improve better your chances at placements? So we'll start there. Is everything okay? Okay. So the first part will be your resume. Okay, we'll cover everything. I'll cover everything in detail one by one. But first now is its resume. Okay, then there will be a pre-placement period. Okay, whatever. Then during the placements itself, no, you will have to do for the JAF signing, etc. And last one is the placements itself. Okay. In this placements itself, we'll have phase one, phase two. If you are familiar with it, right? Okay. So this goes on like this. So first placements they start on December 1st, right? They still start on December 1st. Yeah. So the important companies, the big companies, they come on day one, day two. The order of their package, it's a mixture of everything goes by after every session. Day one, day two, day three, I think you'll have two sessions, one in the morning, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. to 12 p.m. like that. That will be your placements. And from day 4 onwards, I think you'll have only single from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. something like that. Okay, so that is the basic thing. So now we'll go by this. So resume. So here is a rule of thumb that was given to me. You should everyone who's going for placement should spend at least 100 hours on your resume. Okay, it's a must. Everything from you should do 100 hours by yourself. resume. And what would that? So resume, you have three resumes. If I remember correctly, one is a two page core resume, 2 page non-core resume, 1 page non-core resume. So unless you are going into core, we don't need to do both of this. We can all focus on just one thing, which is your one page resume. Okay, if you are going into core, you should make a 2 page resume with as much details as possible. And since I didn't go into core, you should talk to someone who did go into core from your department, uh, and you should figure this out. Okay, I mean this. I'll tell you about this one-page non-core resume, which I think most of you guys will be having. Okay, since this will be enough. Okay, as far as I think, I made only this resume. That will be enough. 100 hours only on this resume. Okay. So what would resume entail? So we have to list everything. What have you done in the institute? Your projects. I'm just writing maybe, but I hope you will be able to understand. Yeah.
You please write larger.
Larger. Okay. Just wanted to fill. Okay. What have you done? Basically, your resume will constitute what have you done uh, in the institute. Okay, your projects, your internships, your institute. When I mean institute, it can be a POR, yeah, extra curriculars, inter-IIT, whatever, right? And projects, internships. Then I had a column called
Now it is
miscellaneous. So here it is. So we have to
Now,
from right now. Uh, so here it goes, and this order will vary depend. Okay, if you have a very good POR, still don't put it at the top. Okay, see these projects can be your course projects or any individual projects that you have done with your professors. So course, yeah, individual
Can you
projects.
sit to the last button? Down,
Okay.
down.
So each of this have at least 4 lines. You know, 4, 5, 6 lines. How many are possible? Your role, whatever you did during the project, whatever you learned, etc. Make a list of all this. 4 to 6 lines of everything, of every little thing that you have done. Okay. Then your challenge is to reduce them, and you have to each write each point in a very unique way and something.
Writing the
So even the little things like which word to make it bold, which words to make bold, which words to
Now you make the
highlight,
from
which
there.
words to not highlight.
That's
That
okay.
also takes really lot of time to spend. Okay, and so regarding this process,
You now
so here you have your resume, right? In your resume, you have your one-page resume, which is the most important thing that I will be sharing. I will be telling about today, and you can obviously extrapolate it to like the other, not extrapolate, whatever, the other resumes. So in this resume, you will have different sections. As I have written it before, I'll write it once again. So you will have your projects, you'll have your PORs, you'll have your internships. Oh, this is important. You'll have your skills. Okay, you'll have your skills. That is a separate section, and some miscellaneous, something that you do. That will be a very might be a good talking point during your interview. Okay, so in these projects, you can have academic projects. Academic, matlab, your course projects. Okay, in this you have your course projects, and or what is this?
you have to second one. This
Yeah, yeah. Course projects and academic projects. Matlab, if you have done anything with the professor itself, and you'll have all your PORs and your internships. third year internship, second year internships if you did. Some people do winter internship, etc. And here are your skills. Okay, we'll come back to the skills. This would be important, I would say. Okay, and just miscellaneous, whatever you can write. So regarding every one of these course projects, academic projects, PORs, internships, you have to there, and there are multiple PORs, multiple internships, multiple projects. Each one of them make at least 4 to 6 points that can go in your resume. It will be hard. It will be hard to come up with that, but you will have to get it done. Okay. So as I said before, another rule of as a rule of thumb, 100 hours on your resume. If you are setting the placements for this December, then you should have started already. You should start already. Okay. So then, as I said, 4 to 6 points, and same with the internships. What are internships you do? Like these points can be like internships. For example, I made this certain change that improved efficiency of the system, something like that. You be creative, if you know what I mean. Okay. So then, okay, so everything is like that. Then we'll come to skills. So in these skills, you can put your basically uh, first programming skills. Okay, where whichever department you are, you put it. Okay, no problem at you should have it. Okay, and some software, people write, uh, etc. uh, so in this you can write C++, since all of you will be doing CS 101, Python. Okay, so here is something I would say. Just a second. Python. Okay, here is something I would say. It's very easy to add skills to your resume. For example, you can add GitHub, okay, SQL, even Python, okay, uh, Bash. Just do some. They won't take time at all. Okay, and they'll be very easy addition. Just you can spend a couple of days on each of these things, and it's a good thing if you know GitHub. Like that's it's as a full stack engineer. Okay, first of all, full stack engineer, what it does, Professor Madhu has asked, I basically develop from uh, end to end. Like I can work on database, I can work on backend, I can work on front end. So currently this, and so yeah, that's what I do. So okay, so these skills are very easy to be added, and they won't take much time. So do add it. And the software people write Excel, and you do write Excel. At least I hope in some labs you will be doing what some number crunching you must have done, right?
If we write Excel,
Yeah.
how much how much you have to know? They will say
No, you don't have to know much. You can just know basic what is a macro, for example, in an Excel. That if you know that, that should be enough in an interview, because you there is no reason you wouldn't remember it immediately. You might have done it a long time ago, and that's a perfectly acceptable thing. And there is another language called, okay, R. Okay, this R will come back when we talk about different kinds of jobs, right? So and another some, okay, so I was saying, so in this internships, there's a point I was saying, right? uh, I made so and so change that improved the efficiency of this system. That one you need to frame it in a very elegant way. Okay, so that as for that, there is something called resume action verbs. There is a doc which I have with me. There are like 800 words in that. Just sprinkle them in every line of your resume. That's that's what you should do. I'll make sure that we'll have access to it. Okay, if we don't have, we can send it to people, right? Yeah, the I have a drive, I think, of placements folder. If anything updates in that, I'll try to share as much as I can with Professor Madhu. Okay, so this is a resume action verbs. Use them well. 100 hours on your resume. Okay, this is the resume part of it. The non-core version, core version, similarly you just have to have more academic projects and explain them elaborately on your resume. So that is a resume version of it. So we can go to the next one. Okay. So the next one is the pre-placement stuff. So you'll have to attend a lot of PPTs, pre-placement talks, and things conducted by the placement cell. All of these things you have to attend. I think some of them are mandatory. You will have to attend that, and it's good to attend. Okay. You may not think, okay, I'm not getting BCG or Bain, but why not go to their PPT and know about consulting? Okay. I did not go. I am not gonna lie, I did not go, but it's good to go. Okay. But I only went for all coding. My focus was all coding. I knew it like before, so it was all. So I was focused only on coding roles, coding jobs, etc. And right, do attend every event conducted by the PT cell. Okay, uh, it will be good. I know you not you can know what's happening there. So do attend every event. Don't think it's not for me. Okay, any group discussions are pretty, they don't happen much in IIT. Okay, but still it's good to go, I would say. uh, uh, it helps you keep having momentum throughout the semester for placements, because it's a long process. For 4 months you have to be on it, 4 5 months, right? Even November you have to, immediately after the instance you have to go back to. So it's good to have some momentum on that. So do attend every event in the PT cell. Okay. Now the next part is the different kinds of uh, jobs that we have. So we can go through that. Uh, so first one will be the consulting jobs. You guys have any queries? Please let me know. Or do you want me to change the pace of this talk? Whatever, just let us know, please. Okay.
Some people have raised their hand inside.
Okay.
I don't know how to.
Okay, then I'll give a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, please type your if any query you have. Is data structures and algorithms not important for data science jobs? No, not really. You need to do only know basically maths, probability as much as you can. Uh, there is a book, as much as you can do it. That will be enough. Data structures, even many coding jobs don't need data structures. Won't ask at max strings, string manipulation. That's it. Okay, but it's good to know. Do you should practice on hacker rank? We will get there. We will get there. Okay, so let's go one by one. So first is the consulting jobs, and okay, consulting no. First will be the core jobs, right? Yeah. First will be you have your core jobs, and in your non-core jobs, you'll have consulting gig. Then you can do for analyst, data analyst, and you'll have business analyst that you can go, which will be a slightly different role than data analyst. Then you have your coding jobs. Then you'll have your trading. There are a few companies, Optiver, Futures First used to come when I was there. Those are the only two names I remember, but they do come. Okay. Is there anything I'm missing here, or any new categories added in the recent years? Okay, so okay, we can go these one by one. Uh, what to do, like how to do. So consulting is not just BCG, Bain, AT Kearney, or PwC Diamond. You can There are plenty of companies that come. Ernest and Young used to have a consulting placement. I think on day three, like that.
Trading is finance.
Trading is not finance. Trading is stockbroking. Okay, that's finance. Yes, sir. Finance will be the other thing. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so this finance should be much just after consulting. So yeah, So this consulting, there are plenty of small companies who need consultants, and they would want this kind of people. Okay, so do prepare for consulting. Don't think it's not. There will be jobs opening that will hire consultants. And what do consultants do? I don't know. Okay, nobody knows what consultants do. Okay, just try and prepare. I mean, they have to solve problems. They have to go somewhere, I guess. So that's there. So do prepare for it. Do attend this talk. Can cover everything, and I don't know also everything. It's been 5 years since my placement, 5.5. So do attend every session conducted by the PTCL about consulting, about different kinds of things, and I think PTCL conducts those sessions. Okay, so the next one would be the data analyst. Data analyst, the most sought out role, I would say, among among many non-core people. Any non-core peeps. Finance, yes, you wrote it. Yeah, data analyst and data analyst, the skills you will need are good math skills, probabilities, uh, the works. No need of just some finance, just something about, no need not about finance. You can learn some Python, you can learn some R programming language, not at all difficult to learn. You can learn it easily. You can use a few couple of data sets and make your own, just something. Okay, we'll get there also. What can you do to improve your resume? uh, okay, we'll get R. It can be easily added to your skill set. So do try to learn R. It's not at all difficult. And I would say business analyst also would be the same, but a little more of a operations approach, I think. So I as far as we prepared, these both will have the same kind of preparation: maths, probability, etc. So that's about data. You guys have any questions on that? There could be a lot said about data analyst jobs, I know, but yeah, I can talk more about coding in that way. So we'll get back if you have any questions. What kind of roles? There are plenty of roles in data analyst. Every major company, minor company, it's all big data. Do PhD students have opportunity as a DA? Okay, no, this is okay. Okay, okay. Where was I? Yeah, both of them will have the kind of the same preparation. You can, yeah, that's it. So we can come to this. Those we'll come to this coding roles. There will be a lot of. It's not that difficult to learn. Okay, there is. I think Citibank comes on day three second slot, evening slot, and they hire a lot of people from. They hired 10 to 15 people at least when I was there. I've seen 3 years them doing that. Uh, they hire for coding roles. If we have a good CPI, etc. That CPI question is a different thing, and you need to have like six. That will be enough for Citibank. You will get qualified. You can write, if you write their exam, which will be easy. And interview, for coding interviews, it's a different thing. And if you clear it, you can get it. So even if you haven't done any coding until now, you can still have a shot. Just do a few problems on hacker rank. uh, read a interview question, know what C++, what C++ is special at, they call it what, something like that, just know more about it. Okay, how can you improve your resume in this way also? We'll talk about it in in coding. So other than that, uh, that's pretty much it. You have to do hacker rank, and there will be interview questions. Those are the two things that one needs to do. Okay, so hacker rank will contain data structures and algorithms problems, and you will have to pass a test to be eligible for the interview. So that's what So it's important that you do it every day. Three problems, if you, even if you, that's a lot actually. You can start slow, one two problems. Within a couple of months you're gonna develop really good skills, okay? And those skills are gonna be useful because it's a lot out there. Job market is very flooded, it's flooded with jobs that are but people are who are able to do coding, very huge salaries, definitely. Okay, so if you are interested, unless coding some kind of repels you, you should give it a try, uh, you should learn this a try. Anything, sir?
If somebody wants to now learn coding,
Yeah,
you recommend which one or two languages?
now it's learn coding. That's interesting. You should do C++, one that's definitely there, because all the problems in hacker rank, the algorithms questions, C++ is the ideal language. People use Java also, but I don't know, I never done it. So that is one. And you can develop another programming language which is useful in the industry itself. The C++ is not used in the industry much. It is a more of an academic, low level thing. So right now it's PHP. I had PHP back in 2017. Don't do PHP now. PHP because our TechWest website was built in PHP, so I had that thing. I also worked on Ruby on Rails, etc., and multiple things. So now, if you want to go, yeah, C++ and one more language, you can pick Python. You can write your own, start web server, just small things. Again, we'll come back to that once we come to how to improve your resume. We can go through some projects that you can do, that you can improve. Okay, we will get back to this. So we'll finish this. So now we'll be trading this as, uh, so there'll be companies futures first. That one I remember, Optiver. That's a hugely ambitious thing, but it's a day one company. So this, it's interesting. Futures first is extremely, it's a very interesting company. As far as I have seen, you don't know who they hire. Okay, you cannot presume who they hire. They hire such wild cards. Okay, so what does trading include? Okay, that one we'll see. You have to be basically be a stockbroker, selling and buying stocks for some huge companies. It's money movement happens. It's big money that you call it. You have to sit there and sell stocks and buy stocks where it is optimal. Okay, for that what you need to do is something called speed math. you know there is an app, I think, I don't remember the exact name, speed math something, on Play Store. Basically the quicker you can get is a 22 into 56, 73 into 88, like that. The interview also happens like this. The a test also happens like this. Okay, you should do as many as possible. That is a this thing, that is one thing in trading. And you should have some, and some math skills. I don't know, I know people who got hired this who don't know any maths whatsoever. The JavaScript works if one looking for front end job, definitely. We'll get back to JavaScript. Okay, uh, okay, yeah, speed maths and some maths, I guess. But above all, you are able to stress, your ability to handle stress. They put you in a room, they keep throwing questions to you. That happens in finance also. uh, I remember my senior. She went to this company called Fin Mechanics. It's a very good company. So when she went in there, there were like 11 people, all in suits, against this human. She was very intimidated. So these two both roles test those skills. Okay, yeah, your ability to handle stress, not to lose your nerve, whatever, you have to be confident, and those are the interview skills that we'll come back to that. Yeah, so regarding finance, uh, you have this big companies, uh, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, uh, whatever, Morgan Stanley. You have all these companies, very ambitious companies. You must have like high CPI, etc., etc. But if you do have interest, do read about finance. You can, if you do have time, you can learn how bond market works, derivatives. I did read it for just for a couple of days or so, just looking into it during my placement time only. So you can look at how it works, etc. uh, and there is this, I forgot about this in consulting. You will have this, there are a few things that one needs to practice. One is the guesstimates. Okay, again, as I said, I will repeat, sir. It's a called guesstimate. Okay, guess estimate. It's a big question in placements. Okay, especially for consulting gigs. I remember a senior being asked. So the kind of question that happens in here is, how many planes are land in Mumbai airport? Can you make an estimate? Then you make an educated guess. They just want to check your ability to think. Another very interesting question I remember is a senior was asked, how many Kali Pilis are currently in Mumbai, which was pretty interesting to me. So you can just, there are no wrong answers to it. You friends and all, you can just keep discussing over it. How many this happen? How many this? And there are like, and the consulting will have case studies. What is that guy's name? Victor something. Okay, he wrote a book. He wrote a book about it. Very famous for consulting. So those are the two things that I wanted to add here: case studies and very. So this is guesstimate and consulting. Okay, so you just need to prepare for that, and this finance roles will have huge maths, very tough maths. Uh, but it's good that you do. Okay, if you have time, and you should spend as much as time in preparing for. I mean, don't do everything obviously. Pick and choose. Pick a couple of these, uh, and you can prepare for it. And yeah, so I would say if you're going for something like coding or core, you don't have to prepare for anything else, because those will have like you will have to do in those only. But other than this, these preparations overlap very much. Okay, this consulting, data, business analytics, finance. Okay, so yeah, that is about the jobs that we have, that you get. Did I miss anything? Right. Okay. Apparently no. Thanks, thankfully. But so yeah. Now, uh, so this so you have a limit on number of jobs you can sign, job application forms. You can only sign. You cannot sign too many. Uh, like, to me, like, you can apply to as many as you can. Just see, mostly I don't see people running out of jobs. Okay, you can apply to as many as you can. It's after they'll remove that rule after day one, day two, so you don't have to use that number throughout the placements. Okay, you can only use that number until the placements, so don't worry about it. Okay, I just sign, like, don't do everything, but do it, and a little bit of excess. Don't, no problem with it. Signing just jobs. They have a restriction. We have a restriction. Number of we can sign. Number of jobs we can apply. Okay. So that's it. That is about the pre-placement thing, I guess. What's the time? Okay, 4:20. We have plenty of time. Yeah. So yeah. So the next one is the placements itself. How do you handle the placements itself? Okay, that's yeah. So whichever day you're appearing, as I said, you'll have day one, two. Okay, and it happens until December 15th, 16th. Okay, this is called phase one of placements. And then phase two starts somewhere January, immediately after the semester starts. Jan 3rd, 4th. I've seen companies come. Phase one, phase two. So you get day one, lot of companies, day two, lot of companies, day three, lot of companies, day four, companies number starts to go down. You will see fewer Facebook, Instagram posts. So people get extremely stressed during that time. I want to say something, regarding this. During my time, it was 2016, right? November 8th, demonetization happened. If I remember, November 8th, demonetization happened. And within 20 days is that placement. And it run out. There was no cash in the economy. I remember Bain BCG, they hired 14 people the previous year, 8 people the previous year. During our time, it was 4 people, and every company just reduced. Companies didn't come and startups did not come at all. So it was, it was bad. But regardless, I got placed on day 10. That was December 11th, day 10, in a company, some company. I don't want to name its name. It's a stupid company. They shouldn't. But the same day, another, it's a bad company, but another friend of mine who got placed in the same day still works at a company he got placed. Okay, another friend of mine who got placed in phase 2 immediately after the semester starts. He actually got into a very good job. It turned out to be a very nice company. He's currently in. He joined as a data scientist. He's currently in Amazon Seattle, doing an internship. So, thing you should remember about placements: it's incredibly random, or instilling or orbit, right? So we have to prepare for it as much as we can, but there are definitely an element of randomness to placements. Okay, certain companies shouldn't come on this day, certain companies should come on this day. You are going to lose out, very, very small things happen, so don't worry too much about it. Okay, just do the best you can until here you can. It doesn't matter, I would say, like, not much. First, next 1 year, you will gonna get whatever you want. After 1 year experience, that's it. So don't worry if you don't get phase 1 placement. Phase 1, even if it's late, or phase 2, you can apply outside. Once you come to phase 2, you can apply outside, different kinds of jobs. uh, yeah, until your summer you can apply. You'll be in Mumbai only. So yeah, that is definitely there. Okay, so don't worry about too much. Okay, keep in touch with your seniors and take fun day as much as you can. That I would say. Now we can go to this: what can we do to improve our resume part? uh, Improve your resume. Okay. Okay. The first one that comes here is your CPI. That's, I know, I am completely aware that a lot of people listening to this have CPI anxiety, which I also had. That is definitely there. So it's, you are here competing with your peers who will have, you who might have higher CPI than you. So how do you face it? How do you face it? Matlab, you just have to be honest. Just try to tell them if your CPI is low. I'm talking about those. Just be honest. It was difficult to transition. First from fresh year. Once you get back, once you are back, then it will be very difficult to catch up, and courses get tougher as you go higher, right? Compared to fresh year courses, fourth year courses will be much tougher. So that is there. You should try to show as much as you can that, I have done something. I have not wasted my time here in the institute. Okay, and you have to make your own story. A story in the sense, not a sob story, definitely, of course not. Okay, but proper sounding story that satisfies you and people. Okay, honestly, whatever read some books, you've done some sports. Just, it'll be good if you have done something that is relevant to it. But if not, still make it as good sounding as possible. Okay, sir, you have anything to say? Okay, okay. So that's about it. CPI. It's a not an easy thing to handle. Especially if you're like 5, even 6 sometimes. It will be very difficult to handle. But just keep faith. You can definitely do better in phase 2. You can sign more companies in phase 2, and you can apply for jobs outside. Okay, that is there. Okay, and you will be an only IITian. Okay, there you will be from IIT Bombay, and that will, I hope, in some companies at least your CPA will be offset by that fact, especially when you're competing with others. Okay, so don't worry too much about CBI. Just focus on what you need to do. All these things, right? Any questions up until this about this? Uh,
There was only a question about JavaScript.
yes, sir. I saw that. I'll address it when we come down the resume. Yes. Okay. You can type it. You anyone here has a question? Yeah, please.
Regarding the CPI,
Yeah.
means in the starting phase, from till day three completion,
Yeah.
you said in the they take exams before in around October, November, and
Yeah.
after that is they are open for all after 4 days.
Yeah.
They all companies means
You
company
can
open
you.
for
Yeah. They usually remove the restriction on signing jobs, if I remember correctly.
so
Yeah.
in that perspective,
Yeah.
higher CPI would be much better or you can say that those pay will be means they have chance for that also.
You definitely have a chance. Okay, there will be companies that will be hiring you. Okay, it gets tough. Okay, in the first few days, but day three companies are not just it. You can. There are plenty of good companies that come out. Okay, it's a very hugely stressful thing until day three. Don't worry about it, I would say. Okay, just do all these things. You can't do much for the CPI right now. Actually, you can do a little. I'm gonna tell what can you do to your CPI. Okay, a little you can change, but other than that, don't stress about it. Okay, just go ahead. I mean, yeah. Okay, so regarding the CPI, you can do this time. You can do this thing. Okay, there's something called additional learning, right? In institute. Okay, so what some people used to do, they used to take a lot of courses, easy courses in some easy departments. What do you call? There is a, geo studies, the department, they offer some courses, easy courses. Okay, so yeah, you can do that. You can take additional learning and you can tag and untag them. Okay, you. Uh, yeah, you can tag and untag them as your electives, institute electives. So, and you can untag them before you can. So tagging courses window opens twice, once in December just before your placements, once just before you graduate. Okay, so you can tag those courses. Actual thing of it, you find it from people. Okay, this is not the platform for me to say.
On the recording later.
Yeah. No. Okay. So yes, that is something there. Okay. So now what can you do to improve your resume? Okay. So this coding, data analyst, business analyst, you can do very simple thing. You can, for example, for coding and data analyst, learn R, SQL, Python. Okay. And you can go to a website called Kaggle. Am I right? Kaggle, right? Yeah, Kaggle. Okay, you will have data sets in that. Use those data sets. Uh, make your own project. Some data visualization thing. Uh, Whatever. Some getting some results and just upload it on your GitHub. Okay, just you can write this in your resume. It's a long process, but it sounds long, but all these things you are gonna learn anyways, so you can just improve upon it. Okay, this you can just add to your resume. Similarly for similarly for coding projects also, it's the same. You can make a simple, so many hobby projects over Python, something like something complex. Don't make tic-tac-toe. Some web server, you can do it, upload it on GitHub, and you can write it on your resume. And it's a very good talking point as to this one, how to improve your, it's very easy to improve your resume if you are in. coding, I would say. So make use of it. uh, just a second. I'll think of any things, hobby projects. If I remember, I'll write it down. Something like you can make a calculator, your own calculator. Just build it on Python, or build it in JavaScript, as someone has said told. Okay. So now we can go into this particular question. The JavaScript works is one is looking for a front end jobs. JavaScript works is one is looking for a back end job also. Basically, currently the whole world is running on JavaScript. So if you know JavaScript, do learn React. Okay, React JS. It doesn't take much time. I'm saying that about everything, but actually they don't take much time. You can just make some small project. For yourself. You need not even upload, and just add this skill to your resume. And if front end people are looking for, if anyone is hiring for front end, they say React, and they are immediately gonna hire you. I can assure you the current job market for JavaScript is way too high. It's way too high. Okay. So yeah, just JavaScript works definitely. And don't just if you're looking for a front end job, I would say that don't limit yourself. Okay, if you're in IIT, you'll be capable of doing backend also. I think so. So just study more. No, don't just stick to front end job, but because I don't think there will be particularly front end jobs hiring from IIT. You know what I mean? So just try to improve your skill set. C++ and Go language. This one you can do. Go is currently. I mean, people don't know, so you should know C++. You should know JavaScript. Good to know if you know Java. Uh, yeah, for placements, just pick one more language, something like PHP. The point is to show them that you have worked, that you're able to think like a programmer, that you have worked already on something. That is the most important thing. Doesn't matter which language, right? Yeah. Mm, I think, yeah. So maybe we are gonna cover something. How to improve your resume. Yes, we covered R. Mm, yes, sir. I think, is there anything left? I think I finished my part of it. I've given as much as information I can remember. So now, please give questions. Is there anything else you want me to talk about? Yes, yes, please. You're from which background?
Humanity.
Okay, right. Mm. No, there is no honesty in.
Can you repeat that question
Yeah.
online?
Yes, yes. So there is a question we have here. How honest can you be in an interview? Mm, so it's like, that that robot in Interstellar. 75% honesty. I think that's the maximum you can go. Okay, the rest of it just fill it up. Okay, don't be too honest. Make them. You have to make interviews hear what they want to hear. That's it. Okay, so just lie. So it doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah. Did I miss anything? Please feel free to let us know. Anything else you want to? Yes. Do publications have any advantage? Uh, mm, I am not sure. The publications will be academic, right? Unless you go for core. Data scientists you might be overqualified. They might look at overqualification is a thing. Okay, definitely. They will think that you are not gonna stay. in their company, because there'll be so many companies like that, and it's a legitimate thing. We can, you guys, most of you guys will be scared, but actually it's quite nice outside the institute. You don't have to be that scared. Oh, you will get nice jobs, you get settled. Don't worry about it. Just do your best in this, all this process. Just trust the process. Keep in touch with your seniors. Just follow your friends. I mean, uh, be in a group, do group activities like in your wing. Hopefully you have your wingies are nice people, or else you make your own group. Just be in touch with everybody, know what's happening. That should be enough, even if placement doesn't happen, you can get a placement, very good placements outside. That is not a question at all. Okay, you can go into, there is a operations roles also. There will be some operations roles that you can get hired to, like something like Swiggy or Zepto. They will hire operations people, and it will be like stressful job, like but that's the thing. You don't have to prepare much for this. You just have to know about the company, uh, read their uh, read their job description, and that's it. You can some learn some soft skills. Okay, so we can talk about soft skills, I think, now. How to, we forgot about that. What is the average full stack engineer salary? Oh, good question. It's like, I don't know how to answer that. Okay, Glassdoor. The look at your pen, Glassdoor. Okay, I can't tell. Yeah. So yes, how to face an interview. That is first thing, confidence, confidence, confidence. Anything, just fake it till you make it. That's it. Just have a smile on your face. Face the interviewer. You don't care if you get the job or not. I mean, you don't show it. You don't tell that, obviously, but the thing is, it's a two-way street. Always remember, they want you as much as you want the job. Okay, so never be underconfident. Like, if you don't take me, they have like 10 companies waiting on. That's the attitude you should have at the back of your mind, so that you don't get too stressed. But be nice in interview, be polished, be confident, not arrogant but confident. Answer to the point, and be proactive, like ask them questions, right? uh, you have to ask them, like, what is your day-to-day role, or what will I be doing every day if I join your company. Because there will be a question called, do you have any questions for us? Okay, then you should definitely make use of that opportunity, asking as much as they can, but they'll have to go through like some 100 candidates. They'll be extremely bored. So you can and you should make use of it. Yeah.
It's good to prepare some question and key and ask them, or
Hmm.
we should decide that time and ask the question.
We should have a list of 4 to 5 questions
Okay.
for asking any interviewer, any company. 3 or 4 will be generic. Only one you can have to twist through the company, or to the, what do you call it, these things, one of these things. If consulting, you'll have a different question. If coding, you'll have a different
We should
question.
ask these big questions like what is turnover of a company,
No, 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 sir.
or what will my role be?
Yes, it's very minute. What will, how what will be, very little details you'll have to ask them. I think that's more effective.
Ah,
Yeah, you have to ask, what is your day to day role, what is your day to day, what is your everyday, what is your normal day at this company look like. That, I think, is a very good question. Okay, don't everybody ask that question, but no, that's one of those questions that you can definitely ask. Okay, yeah, make a list of few questions, and that thing, yeah, said answer to. So I would say, just be confident, and you'll have some, yeah, you'll have a test, and you will have an interview.
is it good to be particular that I want this type of role, or is it good to be open, very open? We cannot say any job you give I will take.
Mm.
We should want something,
Yes.
but we we can't be fussy also.
Right, right.
I want this one.
Yeah, yeah.
So how much to
Yes, Madhu sir asked how much uh, choice we have over the companies. Can we be picky? Can we be not picky? Okay. So as I said, if you're into core or coding,
no,
yeah.
during the interview within the company's tasks,
Oh,
how we should present ourselves.
okay. Within the company's tasks, can you please
The company might say, do you want, what type of role do you want when you join our company?
No, the company won't say that because they have a particular role in the job description.
Okay.
So you will be on interviewing for that role.
Okay.
So you can ask, you can go through that, especially if you go through that later stages of placements, day 5, day 6. This is very important. You have to be proactive. Those will be the H15 first 3 days will be very, hustling and all. No, day 4, day 5, if you're still day 5, day 6, day 7, you still don't get a job, it gets incredibly irritating. And the vibe changes totally in hostel 15 where placements happen. And I saw that in the interviewers also. These placement managers won't respond properly. They give them bad rooms, whatever. Okay, so it's important not to lose your composure, confidence during that time. Yes, I will address that. Yeah. So, how much hardcore DSA should one know to for targeting coding jobs? I would say as much as you can. I read graph theory. I read greedy algorithms. I read, yeah, even some dynamic programming I studied. But usually you don't have to do that. Usually you can focus on a couple of things like string manipulation or arrays. Okay, string arrays. Okay, then greedy problems. These should be enough, I would say. If any company asks you more than that, they are being stupid. Like they should not be expecting us to know everything, right? Strings problems in hacker rank, arrays, greedy algorithms, and it's good to know what you call graph theory. It will be useful. You can just read it, it's very interesting. Okay. During in-person interviews, usually how difficult are the questions? uh, okay, in-person interviews and tests for coding roles are totally different. Tests will be tough, and in-person interviews, the the interview style would be different. In-person interviews do what they call a white board problem, something like that. Okay. So you can google, you can check this out on YouTube. There are plenty of it. Basically they give you a problem, something like an array. you know so the question would be switch. Array will be this, right? So there'll be numbers. So switch this number and this number without any extra data. This will be the question in your interview. Okay. This will be a question in an interview. So this one approach will be totally different. You need not write the code; you have to write that pseudo code, and the interviewer will test how do you approach this problem. Okay, how are you managing the space available to you? Okay, what is the time complexity? Okay, how are you testing the edge cases? Test edge cases. These are the things that you'll have to focus on coding interviews in person. Okay, before these interviews hacker rank is, but during this interview whiteboard problems, if I'm not wrong, those are the things you should focus on. So maybe a little bit of course, but can you share your experience and tips for MS admit? Not in this session. This that will go on it's almost a rant. My MS admit is almost a rant, so we can't go into that right now. But I hope we can connect somewhere. You know. Okay, so yeah, another time. That's right. Yes, you can connect to us, one of us. Yes. So yes, please. More questions. More questions, please. Yes, yes. Necessary. There's nothing necessary. Okay, you can fill up. What did you do though? Like, you can tell me if you want. Like during the time of internship, did you do anything? Were you doing courses? You're doing courses, right? So that's okay. You don't have to, not necessary. Chances will decrease that you will also know, compared to people who will internship. But again, as I said, you need not worry too much about it, uh, you can get placed. Plenty of good companies come phase 2 also. Okay, sometimes I regretted getting my company. There are plenty of good companies who come in phase 2, and I couldn't sign them because I already got this stupid job. But whatever. Yes. So yeah, yeah. You got my point? Yes, please. More questions? uh,
Hello.
yes, yes.
Uh,
key points that you highlighted in your presentation.
Oh,
Can you tell me about like what kind of key points you present in your resume?
okay.
If somebody is preparing for the coding related
Right,
position,
right. So
Can you repeat this question?
I can repeat this question, sir. So the question was, what kind of points should we highlight in your resumes, and how do you highlight? So uh, I wrote currently in my resume. I write a point called I'm in charge of this. Not in charge. I handle the admin panel. What do you call it? Data dashboard of our company from end to end. Like I can so I highlight the end to end part. Okay, end to end handling of everything from the server to database. I can handle everything. That's the point I'd highlight. Okay, that's not much useful to you because at this point of time you won't have that experience. So I'm thinking of a thing to say from my internship. During what I wrote was, I made a uh, yeah, I made a uh, login panel on Ruby on Rails using test driven development. Okay, this is jargon for but coding. But those interviews will know you have to highlight the test driven development part of it, because that is the important part of it. You will know which part to highlight. Like you have to spend some time over it and think of different ways that you can show this is good, this is good. And your seniors, right? Those are the people you have to spend. Like I sent like 20 people for my resume verification. I had to bug them, verify my resume, check my resume, please check my resume. Your seniors will have to do it. Okay, if your wing is your wing is your department seniors. If not, contact your ISMP mentor. Just he would have to do it. Okay, if they don't do it, then come to us. So, but find people to do it. Verifying your resume, that's the most important part, and keep everything on drive. You don't want to lose it. That is because, as I said, 100 hours on a resume, it's a lot. You will get very frustrated. Yes. So, any other question?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Sorry, finance sectors. Can you please be louder? Uh, so in the finance sector, basically high CPI is needed. Okay, and then they'll check your math skills. Okay, that is what finance will do. Okay, especially the companies which come to institute wants that. Yes. Yeah, please.
Somebody didn't have any knowledge or experience in the programming language and he wants to participate on it. And he want to try to learn from
Hmm.
July to
Yeah.
starting December.
Yeah.
So it is possible to get job. So like the freshers in the programming.
Yes, definitely. You can definitely. The three things, as I said, one is the hacker rank. Okay, hacker rank. Second is your some kind of profile building. Some project. Okay, some kind of coding words on a resume. That's the best I can put it. Okay, you need to show that. And third thing is your interview. In the interview, how you manage this whiteboard problems. These whiteboard problems, there are definitely there are questions, interview questions, 25 interview questions as a C++ people ask. So look at the graph. job application form, there will be a job description. You can see what are technologies they use, and just Google most commonly asked interview questions, and you should be that will be the fourth point, I guess. Okay, so some companies use this whiteboard, some companies use this you know commonly used, because like for example, what is that thing that sets apart C++? Encapsulation, inheritance. There are four properties of it. That's a very popular question from my when I remember. So such kind of questions you will need to prepare.
Just right now I am doing Python course online.
Hmm.
So in what date I have to means from that
Which course are you doing online?
Python on Udemy and Coursera.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Python, learn Python from basics as you're doing. So I would say there is another course on Udemy called 10 uh, hands-on modules for Python. Okay. You can have 10, you can build 10 Python, 10 different kinds of modules, different functions. Okay. So that is would be more useful than learning everything from basics. Okay, never start from the first page. You can skip, you are capable, like after if you can skip a few pages, no, nothing happens. Okay,
So Python is only sufficient, or we have to SQL or
there is nothing sufficient. You can say I know this, you can ask me this, and programming skills definitely transfer. Language is irrelevant at some after some point, like it's just a tool. Okay, you can just a tool to accomplish some kind of task. Okay, so yeah, stick with Python. If you like Python, stick with Python. I hate Python. Okay, so if you like it, stick with it. Okay. So yeah. Yes, sir. But high CPA for finance in general, can you specify the approx range? 8.5 will be 8.5 plus will be good for finance. Yeah, because it's just a matter of everyone applying, since it's hugely, they pay a lot, and most people, like a lot of people apply, and yeah, so yeah, that's it. That's where you lose. Raising a hand, you can type, please.
Hello, hello. Am I audible?
uh,
Hello.
yes. What
Yeah.
about consulting roles? I have shared about consulting roles. Any specific question? If not, we you can see that recording that will leave.
Hello, can you please give us tips for applying off campus?
Uh, I think CPI I meant cutoffs, trends. Okay. Not particularly CPI consulting. They look for that overall resume points. You should have a decent CPI, like say at least 7.5. Like not at least, definitely not at least. Decent CPI, decent extracurriculars. You know, some kind of PR, just know, and ability to speak well. Those are kind of things that will come in consulting roles. Not particularly anything. There is no hard fast rules for consulting, I would say. Sometimes people get with much less, 6 7 they can get in consulting roles. Yeah.
Any tips for applying off campus?
Also we have a PPO, is sitting placements better opportunities.
I don't think he can hear you. You should type in the chat
Okay,
box.
I think someone is speaking. Please type, I can't hear you properly. Depends on the PPO, yes, that's right. Yeah.
Replacement offer.
Pre-placement offer, sir, yes. Yeah, if it's definitely HUL, PAPO or something else, you can go. But if it's a small company, then I mean, you should sit for placements, I would say.
So if we don't apply for placements,
Mm.
how to apply? Do you recommend that job?
Okay, that's if we don't go through placements or later phase. You mean?
Yeah, sometimes students have
Yeah,
already appeared for placements once,
yeah,
then they are not able to finish on time. Then the next time placement office will not allow them to sit again.
yeah.
Then then we would like to know what are the best.
Placement office won't sit him again. What do you mean, sir?
This
If
December
if
itself.
suppose December he got the placement
Yeah,
and he didn't complete that course due to some backlog is there.
yeah, yeah.
After that he is not allowed to sit in a next year placements now.
Second time cannot sit
I
the next
think
December.
I think there is a 2 years deferral period. You can come back, and I think yeah, I think after 2 years you can sit for job.
1 year you have to skip. Yeah?
One
1 year
year
you
we
can
have to
skip.
skip. Yes, if I remember correctly, or is it you can sit again? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this question Madhu sir asked was, if we are going outside to job roles, how do we approach it? So the best way always will be approach to your seniors, approach someone knowing in your company, someone who can refer you. That is like that is like the best and easiest thing. Okay, some you'll have to find out people, someone just know someone. You just have to, and you can get referral. Like you can't, you can easily get a referral from any company because the company pays their employee if they refer someone else. Okay, so it's very incentivized, and especially for us in IIT, because all we boast about is our network, right? So we should make use of it, and yeah,
I have a question.
yes, yes,
If suppose I got the placement in December
yeah,
uh, and I'm not satisfied with the package,
yeah.
I want to go off campus placement. Whom should I contact and what is the source?
I contacted on LinkedIn. Okay, I there is a same thing happened to me. December I got placed. It wasn't good, so I went to this company called AsanJobs.com, the CTO. Okay, I applied. I contacted them through LinkedIn. He asked me to come, but whatever happened, didn't join there. Okay, but he was offering me a job, so that's one way you can
We
go.
can contact through LinkedIn.
Definitely, LinkedIn that's cold messages through LinkedIn will be very time consuming. But other than that, that's definitely the only organic way. But best way, figure out seniors, stay in touch. That is, I would say, the best way. Will always be the best way.
What is the total structure of place after completing resume submission and everything? Till
Okay.
the December,
Yeah.
what is the structure? We don't know.
I think this will be covered during placement cell talks, but I will tell briefly what briefly somewhere in August, I think there will be a resume submission.
Yes, August 22nd.
Yeah,
19 is the deadline.
August 19 is
August 19
deadline.
is
So you'll have to that will be your resume submission.
yes.
Then you have a resume verification.
Yes, 2 rounds of verification.
2 rounds of verification.
Yes.
Why do you have 2 rounds of verification?
Yes, in the dates.
Okay. Okay. For during our time, what they used to do was for BTech students, MTechs used to verify. Okay, for MTech student, BTechs used to
No,
verify.
DPC will verify. Another DP. If I am from civil department,
Yeah.
chemical department DPC will verify the civil department.
Okay, that's the structure. Okay, we for us during our time MTechs did for us. Okay, so that's your resume verification part. You need to have for every point you need to have a sign from someone. Every point you write for example for your internship you write 4 points. You need to get the exact 4 points on a mail saying your manager in your internship has approved these things. You have to show them then everything from your professor. If you're writing course projects, I don't think you need to do anything. Okay, course projects you can directly write it. But if you have other projects, you have to have every proofs. Sorry.
For self I don't get up that.
No, don't write anything for self projects, right? No, no, it's just my own project, right?
We can verify in December 18.
Yeah, if they want, yes, right. You can put a link on your resume, it should be fine if needed. Okay. Yeah, so yeah,
They
yes,
have started one portal also for verification. background there is very clear.
Okay, it's,
It's completely changed.
it is totally different. So that will be the resume verification part, and then your resume will be once submitted. Then the companies slowly start coming. Big companies come like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan. They give you HUL. They give this huge pre-placement talks. You have to attend one of them. Unless you can attend them, you cannot sign on their job. Okay, and you need to maintain. You get points, I think, for attending those talks. Okay, and those
I have listened about this points for applying the companies.
points for applying to companies.
Is there any structure?
Checking for pre-placement jobs.
You sit in placement pre-placement doc, you get 2 points. Okay, and you need a certain points, and those points
For
does
writing
something.
the test also you will get any point.
That I'm not sure. Maybe the test conducted by the pre-placement cell. Yeah, you'll get points. The test conducted by the company, obviously, you won't get points, right? Yeah. So that will be, you'll have, that's a phase of signing jabs, attending.
Is there any mock test before that?
I think placement conducts a lot of mock tests. 16, if I remember correctly, more than 10, 16, 10 to 15. Those will be helpful to better put it. Okay, okay. Yeah, and that is the verification part, then signing part, then it's your placements phase one. Then phase two starts. It happens from January till until you graduate, till August. Also, some companies come. You can apply. It's not a thing, right? Yes.
Offline placements. Plus, I have seen my placement, my senior's placement in online mode. Till now, the last past 2 years, it is completely online placement.
Oh,
Due to COVID,
yeah.
they are some informal discussion is going. There is a offline placement. What is the structure of offline placement?
I've been telling until now about offline placements. So that's what I sat for. I didn't know this. Okay. Okay. So, but I think it's the same. I don't think what's the difference, right? I mean, yeah, I don't see a difference. Okay. I have not sat for any online interview yet, thankfully. Even
Past years was going on.
no, even outside, I have not sat for any interviews. So okay, this is new. But yeah, I think all these things are transferable to any format. Shouldn't be an issue. Okay, but you have to be proactive. Have to be flexible. Be in touch with people. That is the most important things. Okay. Yeah. So any other question? We can stop the recording.
Share your email ID, we will send if you are okay,
Yeah.
listening to you.
That will be a lot. There'll be a lot of work. There'll be a lot of work. I've 5 years it happened. I will be a bad person.
We are not a very competitive.
Uh,
If you are free,
no, I'll send my email. You guys can share, but I can promise I'll verify resumes. Yes, but
When we are hearing,
yes,
sometimes we are trying to explain something.
yeah.
It becomes complicated. Is it okay to just shift to Hindi or Hindi?
No, I would say Hindi is a no go. Okay, just stay in English. Okay, I try and talk to people, just through the skills with your wingmates only, just to improve those skills. Not just, these are not just for placements, right? They'll be with you all the time. So uh, it's a part of thing. It's not the end goal placements. Just for think of it, for a couple of years I'm going to do it, and after 2 years I'm going to be really good in interviews. you know Thus, I think I would approach it anyways. Okay, sir. So if you fumble a bit, fumbling is a common thing. Interview. Uh, every interviewer fumbles at some point. Just keep calm. Just get back. Stay on point. Put everything in writing. Think out loud. Okay. Think out loud. That's a very important thing in your interviews. Think out loud. Anything, and keep writing. Either have a piece of paper. Keep writing. point. Good. Keep writing your, yeah, points. So yes, if you are stuck though, thinking out loud definitely helps. That is a very good this thing. Yes, sir. So
What
you
is the structure for walking jobs? What day while walking?
basically after day 6 everything becomes a walk-in. After a certain day, you just have to sign it, or else you can just go. There is no difference. It's just a smaller company, slightly uninterested interviewers compared to others. That's it.
For
Okay.
example, if I accept any letter, on the then onwards I am not eligible to seeking placement.
Yeah, immediately you'll be this thing. My friend didn't even get his. He didn't even see his name in the placement portal that he got the job, but he couldn't sign the next day for next day placement. That's how he knew he got the job.
Okay, we have to check the update.
Yeah, there'll be a portal for every.
Yes, Insta they are updating.
Uh,
There is Insta.
Okay.
Everything has become app based
App
now.
based, yes.
Instead of there is a placement blog wherein that we will get each and every update. For internship, there is a
So WordPress blog used to be buggy. I don't know what will happen. Yeah, this website used to be yeah. So, any more questions? I think we can move to that quick Q&A part, informal part.
Huh?
We can stop the recording
Yes,
and just we can.
good idea.
Yeah.
So we can have more questions after we stop the recording.